all know that it's cold, the bionic, the bomb, the puff, the blow, the black, the herb, the sensi, the chronic, the sweet Mary Jane, ganja, spliff, reefer, the bad, the Buddha, the homegrown, the ill, the Maui Maui, the method, pop, lethal, turbo, Thai, shake, skunk, stress, wacky, weed, blaze, the boot, dime bag, Scooby-Doo, Bob, bogey, backyard boogie.
Woo! It's the Cool Nerd Weed Show. That's yes.
That's Sasha.
And we are live. That was like the smoothest opening we've ever had in our 7 to 8 to 10 years that I forget how long we've been doing the show that we've ever done.
Well, lock it up. It's going to be the one we use from here on out.
Yeah, I'm just going to take that and use it because it was perfect. No, we are here live on Adobe Radio, just as we are every Monday for the past 7+ years. Right? Can I just say 7+? Like for the next 15 years? Because I get it wrong literally every time. Been doing it for a long time, and we've been doing it live for a long time too, and we love it, and we'll do it forever and ever if they let us, and I hope that they do, because we really do love it so much, and it's important to us because we worked in the industry and continue to work in the industry during very pivotal times for our respective, our state that we were in. So right, like that's kind of like why. You know, like I feel like we love weeds, so we got into it, and it was just during a very like you too double time, you know, because you had Prop D and Prop 64.
Yeah, I started in Prop 215 days, a tumultuous period, and then the Cool Nerd Weed Show was established in circa 2017.
Yes,
and
2017.
Another tumultuous period for the cannabis industry.
It was actually 2016 that we did our first show.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
We did our first couple, the garage days were 2016 for sure. It was the year before our official start date.
I was trying to think of, yeah, that's right. Cause I saw like. It
was when Trump was elected, and I remember watching it with you, and we were just becoming friends.
Yes, it was.
It was like July or something crazy.
I was just going off of our Instagram start date.
Oh, is that 2017?
Yeah.
You did start posting that. I could have sworn it was like a little bit before that, though. But no, it might not have been. But I remember like watching the election with you, being like new friends, and just watching the world like go down together. I was like, this brought us closer. Yeah, we were at like we were at the weed, and then we went to it was a place like across the way that's like been a million different things now. And we were drinking heavily.
Oh yeah, we went to I always call it Tequila Pete's.
But it wasn't Tequila Pete's back then.
No, it was like
and it's not called Tequila Pete's, by the way. I don't even. It's like something Joe's or something.
Something else, yeah.
Call it tequila. That place wound up being pretty good, but no, it was something else back then that we did enjoy going to. And they served like drinks and like burgers and shit. It was like a little place. I don't know if that was Tequila Pete's. This is way pre.
I don't know.
Yeah, we don't have
somewhere on Ventura Boulevard.
Yeah, somewhere on Ventura Boulevard is where the Cool Nerd Weed Show was all those years ago.
Made famous by Tom Petty.
Ventura Boulevard. Yeah. Well, Ventura Boulevard was like a pretty big place for dispensaries, that's for sure. There's like 8 of them.
Yeah, it was like the Green Mile.
It was.
The Green 10 miles.
And then you had to go like all the way
from
the other side of town for
its beginning at Cahuenga Boulevard West.
Yes.
All the way deep into the valley. Somebody many dispensaries.
Here in New Jersey was trying to pronounce Cahuenga the other day because I was sending something to you.
Oh yeah.
You were like. Yeah, I was like, I think it's Cahuenga. But when I was not from California, which was all of my life, I did not know how to pronounce Cahuenga either. But it's crazy how like normal of a word that is for us. Anyway, I took an RSO tablet before this, so I'm glad we talked about where the fuck we ate 8 years ago for 10 minutes.
Coenga.
You're gonna
That's
need to
a
steer this show, I think. Yeah,
funny
Coenga.
word.
What a weird word that is. Whoa. But what I do always say, and I probably shouldn't say it after that set of words, but we are not just a couple of stoners. But we aren't. Like, we do care about what we did and what we do and the integrity of it all. That if you do want to crash course and you don't just, and you also listen to our show because we are very insightful and on the front lines of everything. South Park is a very accurate description of like what the big weed became. And I guess that is what it became in Colorado too. There is a certain amount of integrity that came with being in the weed business that we still are trying to uphold the new weed era to, or with, or against.
Yeah,
we want the new era to be what it was. But every day we are seeing that more and more it's not. I was just thinking about how like somebody saw us at a dispensary, like cookies, and they were like talking to a vendor and they're like, they're going to talk shit about your weed because we are honest and we really are, to our detriment probably. Like,
yeah, for sure.
when's our last sponsor been? But that's because we talk our shit. We do. And Adobe lets us. Thank you, Adobe. I fucking love you. But we do.
It's our truth. It's the truth.
We're living our truth. And in this era,
we don't hate. We, for the sake of hating.
Oh my God, no.
Because it's true.
We do. If you have an opinion, I remember I was like on a cookies kick for a while, and I just like was like, cookies is the best weed. Nope, you can't tell me anything else. And then I remember, I think we went on like it was like the year we went on like 64 podcasts, and we went on this one podcast, and like one of the co-hosts was like, no, it's not good all the time. Sometimes they don't hit. And like I was thinking about that for a really long time, and I was like, am I just like blindly loyal to this brand? And then like there were a bunch of duds that we did kind of get, and I don't know if it just like coincided with how the weed industry was getting, but we. Like I am not in this time, and I never have been like just blindly brand loyal. I just think we were getting some good shit from cookies back then. But if we didn't, we would talk about it. That's true. And
we have whenever we've gotten a dud from one of our favorite brands, we will talk about it.
And that's the thing. Like I have brands that I consistently like, but when people ask me what my favorite brand is, I don't know. Because I just want to smoke what's good. You know what I'm saying? I have favorite strains.
What are you smoking on right now?
Well, I gotta say, I tried this oh yeah, we're not filming today, but I tried this hit stick from. I don't want to talk about it. It wasn't good. It's from New Jersey. It's from this dispensary that I quite like, but yeah, it's like a little disposable couple hitter.
That's You picked one of those up in Massachusetts somewhere, and
something
then
I did.
I thought it was like a good idea, concept for
that was
like
glass.
Traveling. That was gas.
Glass.
Oh, it was glass.
Mm-hmm. So that's different.
Glass. But what is this one? This one's like
plastic, dude. I said I wasn't going to talk about it, but we
should.
Fuck it. No, it's fine. It's fine. This is like plastic.
That's whack as fuck.
Or ceramic. I don't know. It's not even ceramic. I don't know what the fuck it is. It's not. Yeah, it's kind of whack. I get what they're trying to do here. It's very convenient. If it didn't suck butts, it just tastes so bad, and it's not. It didn't get me high. I did not care for this.
It's just one of those things that's created like
waste.
You're creating more waste for like a little bit of convenience.
Okay, just a fair warning. We're going to talk a lot of shit this show.
Yes.
We have been saving up for this. Look, listen, stop, drop, roll. All of April, we were very happy. Okay. We were like, I would even say positive during the whole month of April. Yeah, maybe we did skip one show. So 3 shows out of this whole year were fucking positive. And we've honestly been trying very hard to be positive because everything sucks. But this show... we are fired up.
Welcome. I was going to say welcome to March, but welcome to We're going. We came in like a lamb. We are going out like lions.
In April.
And in
April showers bring, or April, I don't know. I feel like I made it weird. Yes. No. Yeah. Welcome to March. It's May, by the way. It's going to be May next week, the year 2025. I do like to tell us where we are in time. We are in almost in May in the year 2025, and April did go very fast, but we were positive for most of the month. We tried our best. We talked about good things, we talked about fun things. 420 came and went, and now we're angry again. We're going to try to end with something positive if I could keep us on track, but it is not guaranteed because we are fired up about some topics.
Yes, this documentary recently came across our desk, dropped a couple days ago.
How did you hear about it?
I actually saw
Social media?
on came through on Instagram.
Yeah. Okay.
And so it's the name of the title, the name of the title of the documentary.
The name of the title of the movie title is this title.
Is Spray Packs, the weed slowly killing us. So if that's not a catchy title that'll grab your attention,
yeah,
it grabbed mine. And it's by someone that goes by LMC. And you can find this documentary on YouTube.
Yeah, go watch it. It's a very interesting watch. I don't know who this guy is. If you know who he is or he's listening, hey, come on our show. Talk about this.
Yeah.
Because we have opinions. So the spray pack.
Spray Packs, the weed slowly killing us documentary. So, it's kind of a problem that has been flying under the radar, and we believe that the cannabis consumers really need to know about what's going on with these terpene spray packs, as they're calling them. And it's quietly tainting the cannabis industry. And possibly...
Did you say what a spray pack was?
Yeah, it's a spray pack. Let's go back to the spray pack. A spray pack is when you take a flower, a regular cannabis flower, and you basically fog it or spray it with a flavor, a terpene. Mm-hmm. Now, that doesn't sound bad when you say it out loud. But
no, it doesn't sound good though. I mean, what do you like? It's basically like adding artificial flavoring to something that is natural. I mean, that like, even if it's cannabis derived, I guess it's cool too. But typically, flour is not sprayed with cannabis derived terps. Even it's just not. It's going to be something that's quote unquote botanical. So it's going to make blue dreams smell like blueberries, and so on and so forth.
These terps, these sprayed terps, have potential health side effects to them, and people aren't really talking about that. When we talk about where these terps come from, some are derived from fruit, some are derived from tree bark, like cinnamon sort of vibe. Some, and that would be a naturally occurring terp. Somehow they are synthesized. Some come from like lemon peels.
Well, all natural flavors that go into fruit snacks come from butts of animals. So just because it's natural doesn't mean you want it in your body.
And true that you don't want to ingest it, and more likely we don't know the effects of actually combusting these terps.
Yeah.
Like smoking them is probably way worse than actually ingesting them, like in a pack of Starbursts, for example, that are completely artificial flavored candy. But you wouldn't smoke a Starburst.
No.
Some might.
About it. Actually. Well, now that you mention it, I want to try
it. Piece of your Starburst on top of your bong. Not really recommending that.
No, yeah.
But when you come across these flowers, they're going to smell incredibly fragrant, like perfumey, very artificially. You can spot them, you can smell them almost instantly. They don't smell like natural cannabis. If you smell like really fine, a beautifully done, let's just say for the sake of, because we're on the East Coast, sour diesel. If you smell a sour diesel or an OG, and you got those pine and those lemon notes and that really sour fuely smell, that's real cannabis.
Right. Yes, I think anything that like smells like food or just
Pancakes.
I think I want to like I don't know. I'm saying a bunch of beginnings of sentences, but yes, that really kind of strong smell that hits you, but as like let's say you're a new cannabis consumer and you're choosing this. You're choosing it because it smells like syrup or pancakes or whatever. And maybe you don't like how weed or the weed that you were getting typically tastes. And this is done, I think you said, to cover up a mid-level crop of flower. A lot.
Yeah.
Not all the time. Sometimes it's just you get a lot. You see it all the time. Like infused pre-rolls are very good at putting
let's
terps on
let,
there.
let's take it a step back from there and the possible origins of the wildly popular sprayed terp packs. So, we had when the Farm Bill passed and hemp became legal to grow and consume, and the little loophole of it all made THCA flower legal to grow and possess most places where cannabis is not legal.
Mm-hmm.
So in our experience, we've had the THCA flowers and some hemp flowers too, and they never really had much flavor. They didn't taste very good at all.
No.
Like when we were smoking CBD flower, just
Yeah.
for the effects, the medicinal effects, the flavor wasn't ever on point. It was very earthy.
No, yeah, it
So
was definitely like smoking dirt.
yeah, so instead of that dirt flavor that was common in the hemp flower and THCA flowers, people started spraying terpenes and artificial terpene blends onto their weed. And with that, I think that it became more popular because you could find all the hemp shops popped up everywhere. They were everywhere. They were all around New York City. They were selling the hemp from RVs, and to step it up, people were spraying it with like bubblegum terp or
This also
blueberry.
happened to boom right when weed became recreational in a bunch of big states. So like California went recreational, and then all of the U.S. was like, oh, okay, well, here's maybe us too. And then New York and New Jersey kind of followed. And in New York, there was so many hitches with the legalization of it all that like all of these hemp places started to open up because they were like, oh, you've heard of weed. This is weed-esque. And you'd see, it's just like when we were in Tennessee and they were like, you like cannabis? Well, we've got something that's like a little bit like cannabis. And so I can see how spraying it with delicious smelling things would appeal, especially like you said, we've smoked hemp flower and it doesn't taste good. And it's meant to be covered up for sure. So this did for sure just pop off then, and then people just applied it to cannabis, which is a real shame. It's a real shame that's been. I didn't know it was so rampant. This documentary really opened my eyes because I knew that it was happening, obviously, in the hemp industry. I didn't think about it much. I mean, you have your infused pre-rolls and all those things, but I stay away from that stuff. So don't bother me none. If you are into that, then you do you. But I guess out here in New York, it really, really is an epidemic. And that's too bad, because I always like to say that, like, New York has been ready for legalization since the day it was born. And if people are getting hooked on that flavored hemp and it's carrying over to the traditional market, then I guess you got to give the people what they want. But it is too bad that practice carried over. And I don't know how to fix this out here in New York. Because I keep on thinking of solutions. I'm like, oh, we'll buy from a reputable place. We'll get to there, but like maybe I'll arrive somewhere through this therapy chat about it.
It was, it was, I think it was probably like because of the green rush and the large scale growers using, like, bad practices. Even if they were growing like decent cannabis, the crops weren't as consistent, and it's easier, instead of like getting good genetics and growing well, it's easier just to grow like mids and flavor them to make a buck. But really, if the packs are sprayed if the weed's sprayed too much, it's worse. If it's sprayed a little bit, maybe it's okay. But people are using unscrupulous methods, and you don't really know where these terps are coming from, and that's part of the larger issue.
Yeah, he kind of, like, in the documentary talks about, I mean, he starts it by like holding a bag of like hot Cheetos. He's like, I grew up on these. And, we all definitely have a lot to learn when it comes to the food industry and who controls that and what chemicals are there. And that is definitely something that is real and that is making us unhealthy. The thing that bums me out so much about this is that weed is good weed, and full plant weed and real cannabis is so medicinal. It's so medicinal, and this just negates all of that.
Absolutely. The natural terpenes and the entourage effect and all of the beauty of the plant is just thrown out the window the minute you spray something synthetic onto it.
Exactly. Totally. That's totally taking away from any qualities that we are advocating for. And it will, in fact, not go over well in your body. It just, I promise you. Sorry, go ahead.
The natural terps shape your experience with your cannabis, whether you need to be creative, whether you need to get some sleep, whether you need to take care of your back pain, any of your lady pains, any of that. All of those naturally occurring terpenes shape the medicine and your overall experience.
Yeah, just the flower, man. Like, it is wild to me that it just got so very bad out here, and it kind of like I had no idea. I knew, like I said, I knew there was those things, like you said, those hemp things, and I knew that it was as a result, and that's kind of like why we were bitching in the beginning, because talking about big weed. And I remember once, like, I think we were doing like one of our like live shows that we do with It's News to Us and Mood Killers, and I think it was Eddie who was like, so why is big weed bad? And we were like, oh my God, we'll be here for 15 hours. Like, why would you ask us that? We will never stop talking about it ever. I wanted to filibuster because, like, let me count the ways. One of the ways that big weed is bad is you do take the integrity out of the medicinal property of the plant. And that is anything on a big, large industrial scale. Anything, everything, all the things. It's difficult to do anything well on a big industrial scale. weed is difficult to do well small batch. So it's something that needs to be taken care of. And if I don't know, maybe there could be like classifications or something. Like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like maybe we can separate this out. And if people are looking to not get the medicinal property, they're just trying to get a little dizzy or something. I don't know. I don't know what sprayed
no,
cannabis.
you're right, because there needs to be some sort of regulation worked in there, and also like labeling. It's not really labeled. It's not labeled correctly. Like you're just these companies, and we knew that this was happening in vapes and in infusions,
Oh
infused
yeah.
pre rolls, but didn't know that it was as rampant in actual like full flower trees. It was on your trees, and there's no, if you look at a package, there's no way to really tell. In some
Right.
places, in some states, you can't smell anything before you buy it. If you could smell it,
Mm-hmm.
more than likely you'd be able to smell that artificial scent.
Oh my God, 100%. You know the difference. If you've ever smoked non-sprayed weed before, you know the difference. It's so different smelling and tasting. It's not like impossible weed and or impossible meat and meat. Like it's very, very difficult to not be able to tell. And even like even in the documentary, like all the traditional people he talks to are like, "Oh yeah, I didn't like smoking those sprayed packs. Like I didn't like smoking them." And he's like, "Why?" And he's like, "Because like it's not good. Like I refined my palate over these years only to like fucking harsh it out and burn it out with like
A
this fake shit." Yeah.
horchata flavored weed.
Yeah. Sounds like you're talking about a certain
A certain flavored company
that tested dirty.
that tests dirty from time to time, tests
Allegedly.
very
Actually,
high.
no, factually, right?
No, factually,
I was just saying allegedly. I feel like I'm
I
supposed
guess.
to. For legal purposes, this is a joke.
Um,
But yeah, no, it's
th-
true.
they're presented to one of the people in the documentary, and this person who was presented this infused pre-roll refused to smoke it. They open it up and they're like, "It's way too perfumey and some bullshit," and he basically throws it back at the host.
Get out of my face. Yeah.
And it may or may not rhyme with eaters.
We're gonna take a quick break on that. On that note, I would like to still like pick up right where we left off though, and talk about companies that have been doing this and like just a little bit more, and we'll try to find a solution in 20 minutes. We'll be back.
Sit down, light one up, pack a bowl. The nerds have opinions. And sesh with the Cool Nerd Weed Show on Adobe Radio.
And we're back.
We're back.
It's the Cool Nerd Beat Show. There's a fire happening outside. That's Tiaz.
And that's Sasha.
And we're live. You have one too?
No, I have a full-blown concert happening outside the window.
I don't think it's coming through on the. You can kind of hear the siren. That's okay. We're in the
yeah.
city, baby.
Yeah. Living in the city.
We are live on Adobe Radio, and we are talking today. Literally every single time I do my show, my husband asks me if we talked about terps, and TS can attest to that because he asks TS too. And we say, usually we do, but we say, sometimes we don't. But today we get to say yes, but not the good kind of terps. We're talking about terps that make us mad.
Terps that make you go,
Wait, write that down. That has to be the title of the show. And I will forget.
And every time that your husband Chris asks me about if we talk Terps, I usually snort and cackle because I think it's fucking hilarious.
I think it's so funny when he does that. I think it's so funny. I don't even know when I explained Terps to him. I don't know why that was the one thing he fixated on, but he will ask me. He will text me. I bet he will text me tonight to talk about Terps. And today we're going to say, yeah, we did. Yeah, we did, Chris. We talked about Terps all night long. And it's an important conversation because it's not the terps that we've been talking about. This is something that, like, if you want to compare it to, like I said before, it was like, it's like eating a spoonful of adobo without like the food in it. Like it's kind of like you're eating seasoning or you're smoking seasoning, and there's no full medicinal value. Well, little to none medicinal value with these terp packs, these heavily sprayed terp weed packs. And I think this creates so many things. It creates people feeling not good from smoking weed. I think there's also, this is coinciding with like people also smoking high potency weed because it's sprayed with terps. So you're smoking shit that would taste like ass normally, but you're sprinkling it with, it's like a vape, you know? It's like any vape, literally. But weed vapes, like you said, really did kind of start this whole naturally occurring terps, cannabis-derived terps. And you always got to ask, is it cannabis-derived terp? Like, it's like, I do think we need to start, like, separating these out. Like, okay, go. Have at it. Smoke those little things that you so enjoy. But I want to know that that's what that is. Like, I want to know, you know, and California is good about that because they just went through that whole fiasco with everything testing all funny. But everywhere else is no rules, just right.
Yeah,
just
and just to bring it back, we're talking about the documentary Spray Packs,
Oh, yeah.
the weed
about,
slowly killing us. And, you know, I think I want to bring this back even further, Sasha. Remember when we worked at the weed?
The abstract. Yeah, on point tip. Yeah, I do.
All the time, Sasha.
I've been waiting for a moment to pull that out. Yeah, I do actually remember that.
Do you remember Cavi Gold, Cavi Silver, Cavi Cones?
Yeah, people. There was a market for them. People like those.
People
but I do remember
love those. And they came in all of those crazy flavors. And
yeah, they kind of had the corner on the market.
They were like probably like the first infused pre-roll that we'd seen in the market, in the medical market.
For sure.
And they were very potent. They came in a variety of flavors. They always released special flavors around the holidays. And I remember somebody actually gave me a fucking pumpkin spice. Their rep gave me a pumpkin spice.
They were the first ones to do. Yeah. Fish. I hope you're not listening to the show, Fish. You're going to hate the show. But yeah.
I felt so disrespected being handed a pumpkin spice Cavi cone.
Now, you know, because are they even in business anymore?
I think they tried to get in, and you know what? They actually did that. They did that collab with Kevin Smith. They did the Schnoogans.
They did the Schnoogans. Yeah.
Schnoogans,
oh my God. Sorry, Kevin. Sorry, bruv, our homie that we love so much, who's been on the Cool Nerd Weed Show. No offense, but Cavi cones are ass. And his wasn't flavored though.
No,
it was just it was just like diamonds and the like. And,
like it had like it was like half CBD, half like high THC.
Oh yeah, that one was okay. Yeah, it tasted those taste like plastic. Those taste a little plasticky, but it was good. It was actually pretty good.
Yeah, that one. The Berserker was one of the better ones.
I want to say though, like I want to put this out there because there are exceptions to this. When I go and I smoke these things, I'm not being an asshole, being like, oh, this is too bad. Like, oh, it's too bad for me. Like, I know what I'm getting into. I know how I'm going to feel. And maybe I do or I don't want to feel that way again. But I do feel like, and you had mentioned this kind of before the show, that like this sort of thing took off in New York because there wasn't a very nobody knew kind of any better because those CBD shops had popped up, the green rush had happened, and traditionally people were still smoking the same cannabis, but these more enticing, like fast selling, probably I don't know if they're cheaper, but like that is what is mass appealing. And they're, what'd you say? Or it's in the documentary. They market, or they
the one of the terp manufacturers that was interviewed in this documentary said that they are targeting women and younger consumers with
like the
all of the
tobacco
flavors.
industry. Yeah.
Exactly.
Like Virginia Slims and Joe Camel.
The old the old Virginia Slim menthol cigarettes.
Menthol cigarettes, indeed.
Yeah, the old Camel Crush.
I definitely smoked my share of Camel Crush. Oh, I love the Camels. I love them. The pink ones.
And then you crush the filter. Shit, fuck.
You think I didn't smoke a pink Camel in my day?
King Palm actually made like a version of their Crush. It was a little capsule inside the palm, inside the filter, and you crushed it, and it gave you a little blast of artificial lemon or peach or strawberry. I always thought it was whack as fuck.
No, I definitely, I'm a bit, but that's the thing. I fall for marketing. Like, I'm pretty gullible. Like, you can get me with a package. That's the thing. I don't have any integrity. I will fall for this shit. So I'm not like complaining about it existing. It's fine. Killing the cannabis industry slowly. I don't know if that's necessarily true. I think what it's doing is it's hurting the consumer. I think the consumer is smoking these high potency, colorful fucking sprayed packs, or just mid-weed sprayed with poison. They're getting addicted. I'm not saying that they're not. I think that is where it's hurting us. The fact that they exist, whatever, you fucking do you. Do your thing.
Yeah, we're
don't care.
Totally.
Eat your Cheetos, drink your Diet Coke. I will be doing the fucking same because I fucking love Cheetos.
We're not above any of that. As a matter of fact, I sat in a circle on Saturday at the Adobe Sonic Tap.
Oh, we're not
with
filming.
The Paradox.
I'm wearing my Adobe Sonic. Download the free Adobe app, Adobe.
Yes. It's the newest in alternative music. So we sat down at the Sonic Tap, and after the gig, we all sat in a circle and we smoked a bunch of Jeters.
Mm-hmm. And how was that?
LA Dodger Jeter. And I was like, hey, I've got my Puffco Peak. Does anybody want to take a dab?
Mm-hmm.
And a few.
I would have.
A few of you, of course, you would have. We had a couple people take me up on that offer because people were pretty fucking lit already from smoking those high test pre-rolls.
Yeah, bro, they'll do you. They will do you. And then all of a sudden, you're not getting high from or you're not feeling the medicinal effect or the psychoactive effect or the helping with your head effect or whatever. You're not getting that medicinal effect because you're smoking too much of those. So you're building up a tolerance. So you find that maybe you're smoking so much you get sick. And it's not helping with your mood. It's actually probably making your mood a little bit worse when you're not smoking. So this classifies itself as an addiction. And I will agree that in that sense, yes, it is hurting the cannabis industry very, very badly. I don't want to say that it's killing it because we got to fight, man. It really like freaked me out to see that it was like New Yorkers because I was like, oh, come on, man. You guys, what are you doing? You know better than this. But maybe we don't. Maybe I am just so #blessed and also stressed, but also blessed that I worked in California. Maybe that made me who I am, the man I am today, because I worked at a very prime time in a very prime place. And I would fucking never and that's also my personal preference, but I would never assume that like it would take over this city so rampantly. Now, again, if that is your preference, go for it. But just know that when you're intaking it, it's not the weed that like we speak of so highly. It's when we're talking about cabbie cones. No offense, Kevin Smith, we love you. Go Dogma.
Yeah, no, no offense to your brand and what you do.
Yeah. These are the opinions of the Cool Nerd Read Show and the Cool Nerd Read Show alone, and nobody else, unless you agree. But we just again, like I did ask, like if the documentary, who's the director again?
He goes by LMC.
Okay, so he just wanted to raise awareness, he said. So that because usually maybe there's like a solution at the end of a documentary or just a suggestion or something, but he just wanted to raise awareness, which is what I guess this show is also doing today, is just talking about it, because I just didn't realize it was like that. I thought when we were, and I thought it was only, and then, I thought it was only traditional market that this was existing, but no, it is totally in recreational and adult use markets.
Yeah, because there's no regulations about adding flavor to cannabis right now in the new recreational markets at all. And if they pass the test and there's no pesticides and they're clean, then they're just gonna slide right into the regulated market.
So what you can do is try to buy, at a licensed dispensary, and just pay attention to what you're buying. Even I can do it. I thought this was a fucking pre-roll, some dumb one-hitter shit. So like, there is a lost art a lot in East Coast weed that we talked about a little bit before, where you're speaking to someone and you're smelling things and you're going through it. And like, I don't like to talk to people. However, I don't want to buy this dumb shit. And I do feel like if I talk to somebody, they would be like, don't buy this dumb shit. So like, I mean, you get yourself a good bud tender. You get yourself somebody who knows what you like. If you like stuff that sways toward being flavored not like weed or anything, there's something for you. But just know that that's not necessarily medicine. So what you can do is just try to talk to a person at a dispensary. And if you can't, just look it up online. There's so much information online. Or you can send it to a stoner homie. Whatever you can do to find out what you're putting in your body, that's pretty helpful. If you know that this is grown indoors, it is weed, it doesn't have any artificial terps, then you know that. If you know that you're getting terps from a fucking candle or whatever, and it is botanical and it's midweed, then that is also something that you can know. I think that is the only thing that I can think of right now that would be helpful to this.
Yeah, if you have any questions and you're in a dispensary, take a picture of the product and DM us, and we will do the work for you.
For sure,
we will do the work for your bud tender. For your bud
we are
tenders
your bud
in New York.
tenders.
We
yeah,
are.
Send your questions in, please. We would love that. Actually, we could do a live or something. I don't know. We can do things.
We do VR bud tending.
Yeah, we're very
almost
cool.
every day. Our inbox is flooded constantly. We get back to all of you. We love you. Thank you for your support.
We fucking love you, and we just want the best for you. Don't want you to be smoking some stuff that isn't the best representation of this plant. And it makes me sad that that's out there and that that's being preferred even. Like I don't even know who to be mad at. Like I don't know who I'm mad. I'm mad at big weed just always, but I do think this is such a symptom of such a stupid fucking created problem. And now it's just creating more problems that we have to deal with. Like weed is prohibited. So let's do some crazy weird laws all throughout the states, all throughout the years, and then pass a sweeping farm bill that makes people think they're smoking actual high THC cannabis, and they're not. Let's spray it synthetically. Let's now like make all the states confused as to what exactly they're putting in their bodies and what we're regulating. It's fucked up. That's what big weed did. We don't like that. But we are always going to tell you the truth, and we're always going to tell you how it's going to affect you, and we're always going to tell you, like, honestly how we feel. Like, if I like something that I shouldn't like, I'm going to say I like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm not
support
ashamed.
growers. Support your growers who grow real quality cannabis.
Please try. If you don't like that, then that's cool too. But just know you're eating Cheetos every day. You're smoking Cheetos, which I fucking love Cheetos and I want them right now. It's very late in New York and in New Jersey, and I'm going to Instacart Cheetos, like not fancy Cheetos like TS gets. TS actually makes an effort. He doesn't eat all that artificial red dye. Not me.
It's true.
Not a kid anymore. I can eat what I want, and I am going to eat some bad shit, just like I will smoke some bad shit. TS, to be courteous, you might take a couple hits.
I buy the all natural organic Doritos and Cheetos. You
They're
make fun of
fine.
me every time.
I do, because they taste like cardboard. So, but that's the thing. It's just my personal preference. Maybe you think weed isn't great as it is.
And
I
it can
don't
be
agree.
improved on.
I couldn't disagree more. But I can agree on me being honest with you, and that big weed is not to be trusted. Just trust you know a TS and a Sasha. And if you don't, you know TS and Sasha. So that's all that you need. I promise you, wherever you are, especially if you're on the East Coast, please come to me and come to TS. We are here. On the West, it's just crazy to me that this is so East Coast coded. I'm going to take a break, and we're going to spend the last 4 minutes of the show talking about stuff that doesn't make me want to jump out the window. Okay, I'm not going to. Okay, I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
The final Huff and Puff with TS and Sasha.
We're not on camera. But it's traditions. Yes, it's the final Huff and Puff. Did you have more to say? I cut you off, probably. We were talking about a documentary about Terps. What's it called one more time?
It was,
What has
I
it been
clicked
said?
off the page.
Oh, it's okay. We don't have to repeat it.
Sprayed packs.
I have it.
You got it.
Why am I not doing this show? We were talking about this all show. If you would like to check it out yourself, it's Spray Packs, the weed slowly killing us, parentheses, documentary. It's by a young lad. Hold on. LMC. Oops, nope. Yeah, LMC. I don't know much about him. Again, if you know him or you are him, please come and hang out with us. We would love to talk to you about this stuff. I'm on the East Coast, so we can hang. But it's crazy what's going on. This won't be the last time that we're talking about this. And I want Cheetos. That was the whole 56 minutes of the show. And now we're gonna end on something good about Florida, you said to me.
Yes. Yeah, finally. So the Florida House of Representatives has unanimously approved a bill that would exempt military veterans from state registration fees for medical marijuana cards, allowing them to obtain certification for free. Earlier this month, it was a committee drew up this program, and it was voted yes by all 110 Florida representatives.
Wow.
Yeah, that is fucking crazy.
Okay, so yeah. Wow. That's kind of a big deal. It waives the registration fee for veterans, which is cool. The veterans are often discounted from the conversation, which is ridiculous when you're talking about medicinal weed. So I'm glad they're in on the conversation, and they can enjoy the benefits of medicinals. Yeah, so that's great.
Yeah, it's small changes are coming to Florida's medical program, and the veterans always get screwed.
They do. They get the fuzzy end of the lollipop every time when it comes to weed, and it's you like that. You can thank Marilyn Monroe. Yeah, it's such a shame, and we've done shows about this, so it's nice to see that. Yeah, hell yeah, you get your medicinal weed, and you enjoy it with like the freedoms that you fucking fought for and shit. So like, what a concept. And that makes me feel good in my heart. And my weed soul is fulfilled. Small changes, but big changes, you know? Big.
This, yes, I believe that this law is going to actually go into effect July 1st.
Well, I'm so glad everybody voted for it too.
Yeah, unanimously. When does that ever happen? There wasn't like one.
Yeah, one like
in the mud.
Yeah, one jerko who was like, yeah, well, I think they could pay it. Well, good for you, Florida. We don't often get to say this, but we are really proud of you. We are. It's a polite clap. You got a long way to go. But this is good. A great start. We love you, Florida. We do. Yay. You got the applause button. Not all the states get that, you know. So keep on going. I hope good weed comes to you at some point. You tell me down there if it has or not. But please enjoy your weed freedoms. And we're going to end there. My mind is blown about this show. I'm going to not sleep tonight. But you know what? We're going to be okay because you have a TS and a Sasha, just like I said before. And no matter what these terps are trying to do or this big weed is trying to do, as long as we have mouths on our faces, we will make noises about weed and its the integrity of the plant and also its medicinal properties, and also understanding it better is so important. Instead of just making it fucking worse for you, we should try to swing the pendulum the other way and use it for really what we've been advocating for all along. And not be worried that you're going to be arrested for it. So this is all the things that we would like for our future. So
don't panic.
You were waiting. It's organic. I tried to get you this time. You're so smart.